Hey, it is January the 10th, 2018. And I just uploaded a video that I dedicated to everybody out there who has the notion in their mind that perhaps they want to speak on the internet or make internet videos, and perhaps they want to do it for a living. Perhaps they want to do it all the time. All right. It sounds good. And what I got to tell you, it probably is very good. And I encourage people to do it. In fact, I know that if they simply want it bad enough, we're going to talk about that. If they simply want it bad enough, they're going to get all the success that they ever dreamed of. And they will be able to pay their bills just from doing what they do, speaking on the internet. I guarantee the success because I know that it will happen. I've seen the evidence of it. It absolutely will happen. I'm talking to you out there. I'm talking to the person watching this video. The thing is, I'm not excluding anybody. Every single person who wants to get on the internet and they really want it bad enough, they decide they want it bad enough, they will be able to pull it off. They will be able to pay their bills before long. All right. And I want to discuss that. I want to holler at certain people, like, obviously, I dedicate this to, real quick. And I want to point out something to you. You found me by coincidence, happenstance, whatever you want to call it. I tend to lean towards destiny, but you found me and I found you. Somehow we found each other and you found my videos. All right. And you heard me telling you that you can do this. You can make these videos and you can pay bills, and I guarantee it. All right. You found me though. You found this video. All right. And I got to reiterate, as I tend to do, the name of this channel. The name of this channel is The End of YouTube. What I've been describing, and what many people have been describing, is YouTube, they're actually going through a process right now, something of a downturn. All right. A lot of people on YouTube, they don't necessarily notice it, but the numbers and the statistics have been dwindling for YouTube. Why is that? A big reason for why that is there's a lot of people out there who believe that YouTube is attacking them in different ways, but most importantly, financially, because there's been a lot of people on YouTube, way more than television days, but there's been a lot of people on YouTube who have been able to pay their bills simply by the revenue that they get from YouTube. They've been doing it for years. All right. In that kind of a way, it was a revolutionary thing for people, and that's why YouTube got to be so big. The only reason YouTube ever got to be so big is because the people, the individuals putting up the content on YouTube, they're so good at what they do. They became so good at what they do that people started paying all sort of money. Money started changing hands. If it wasn't for the brilliant creators that have been on YouTube throughout YouTube's history, YouTube would not be able to exist at all. And YouTube is the kind of company that makes millions and billions of dollars. All right. So content creators have been paying their bills for quite some time, but you may or may not have heard of things called the adpocalypse, all right, which are very real things. A lot of people blow them off, but it's actually very serious. If you were on YouTube and you used to pay all your bills very easily from your work on YouTube, which is the case for a lot of people, during the process of the adpocalypse, if you will, and certain other similar events, during that process, people started receiving half as much money from YouTube as they were used to. Can you imagine if your job told you right now that we're going to pay you half as much money as we used to? It would be devastating. All right. And the apocalypse is very real. A lot of people like to blow it off. It's nothing to play with because all of the content creators that we love, They put in so much hours of work that it is a full-time job, and we're going to talk about that more again later at the end of the video. But it is a full-time job. So they don't have time to get other jobs. They need for this YouTube thing to pay their bills, and the YouTube thing used to pay their bills and doesn't anymore. For a lot of different reasons, all right? YouTube really cracked down on people. A lot of people, most people, you might say at least half of the people got cracked down and started receiving less money from their revenue from YouTube. Me personally, during this whole process, I've never made any money or even decided to monetize my stuff. It's not monetized, all right? But if I were to choose to do so, that's my right, because I'm creating content on YouTube. There are some people, God bless them, I don't know why, but they come and they watch me, all right? They do. And YouTube technically owes me money for that because I'm making YouTube money. But see, YouTube doesn't want to think about things in that regard. Luckily for me, and I don't believe in luck, but fortunately for me, I never even thought about it yet. I might think about it in the future. As far as making money and monetizing my things, I might do it later, but I never have done it. And you'll notice, as far as my subscribership goes, I never really put any effort into it. I still haven't. Maybe I will in the future, but I don't know. I'm not sure of it yet. All right. So the whole process hasn't affected me. I'm not over here whining and crying about it like, ooh, look, they're taking away my money. I don't have YouTube money, but they have taken away a lot of content creators' money. And they're stealing money. They continue to steal money now. All right. Thinking of all sort of reasons why people broke the terms of service, even though they didn't break the terms of service. You got to understand that the system that YouTube has created with these flags is really dumb. It's really, really dumb, because only one person out of thousands and thousands has to flag your stuff. And when they do flag your stuff, well, that's reasons enough for YouTube to take away your money on that particular video. And they'll keep doing it, and they'll keep punishing you if you do something that YouTube doesn't like, even though it is clearly in their terms of service that you're completely abiding by all the rules. It doesn't matter. You're going to notice countless times this has happened. YouTube will take your money, the money that you brought to the table. YouTube will just keep it for themselves. All right, it's a process that I've been describing, and it's actually very necessary, because a lot of people out there, they do have what it takes. They really do have what it takes to get on the internet and put out videos, put out content. They absolutely have what it takes to pay their bills. The problem is YouTube is really, really trying to get in the way of that right now. They really are. And it's due to their own actions. It's due to the fact that they really have a disdain for a lot of creators. They hold certain creators up on a high pedestal, such as Cenk Uygur, who's an obvious and apparent sexual deviant kind of pervert rapist. All right, YouTube, they'll put Cenk Uygur up on trending tab, but you know what I'm saying? They have their own little people that they like. All right, and those people make money. YouTube decides who makes money, basically, at this point. So that all being said, it's not hopeless. YouTube has not destroyed your chance at making a living. All right, this is what you need to do, and this is what I've seen a lot of people do. A whole different assortment of things that you could do. You want to pay bills. All right, quite simply, and there's more that you could find out that'll help you pay bills. But quite simply, what you need to do is you need to, first of all, decide you want it. If you really want this to happen, you have to decide that that is the case. You really want it. And if you really want it, and if it really, really makes you happy, all right, you need to spend hours, perhaps hours a day. In fact, definitely hours a day, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, every day, looking into how to make this possible. Here's some easy steps. Create a Patreon. All right. If you happen to put out controversial stuff on the internet dealing with depression and suicide, create a Patreon and a Hatreon. These are both things on the internet, and they'll allow people to pay you money. It allows you, the people who like your content, it gives them the opportunity to pay you directly. I think they can pay you through YouTube. I don't know. I don't remember. I know that they can pay you through Facebook. They can definitely pay you through live streams. People have live streams. And you might want to consider having live streams if you can get people on during that time of the day. Lots of times people give content creators money in donations because, see, they appreciate what you're doing. You're always going to be able to find people who appreciate what you're doing, and they're probably going to have at least a couple dollars to spare. If they give you $1, if they give you $2 or $3, that's amazing. That's definitely going to help you, because imagine if you have 100 people and they all give you $1 or $2 or $3. See, it all adds up. It all winds up paying bills. Like I said, YouTube is hurting themselves right now by really hating on content creators. That's not my opinion. They have been really taking people's money out their pockets. YouTube has, for the past several months, and they're going to continue to do so. All right, so you need to recognize this. They're going to try to hurt your money, all right? But you need money, so start the Patreon. Start the Hatreon. And also, I got to say this, although I don't do it, it is very useful during every single one of your videos. Simply remind people, if they like your content, all right, and they think that you're really doing something important, just give you $1. All right, go to the Patreon right now, go to the PayPal or something, give you $1. Make different ones, like I said, because some people don't like going to Patreon. Some people don't like going to that place, so they'll go to the other place to pay you money. You got to give them multiple sources to give you money. All right, and it's going to take some time to set up, but you need to do it. It's going to be worth it. Set up the Patreon, set up the Hatreon, set up a PayPal account, set up places where people can give you $1. And in every single video, no matter how annoying you think it might sound, always bring up that if people like what you're doing and they think it's important, go ahead and give you $1, give you $2. Go to the Patreon right now. Tell them to do it right now. And sometimes it sounds annoying, but here's the thing about it. There's going to be a lot of people on the internet, to include myself, and I'm especially guilty of this, that will just forget. They'll put it off. They'll want to give you money, but they'll keep forgetting and putting it off and not remembering. It's not that they don't want to give you money. They do, and they have money, and they'll give it to you. You need to remind them in every single video, because you'll notice that although it starts off slow and you might not see results right away, after a while, what you're going to notice is the money start to come in. All right, and be very wary. Make sure that you get most of the money. You know, don't be splitting it in half with some company. Make sure that you get a good deal. All right, and make sure that you remind your fan base to go ahead and support you, because that's how it's gonna need to be done. All right. Meanwhile, like I said, you could do live streams on YouTube, and right now, unless you get banned from doing live streams, because there are people who do get banned from doing live streams, you can get money that way. You can have a show and people might donate while you're doing a live show, and in fact, a lot of people make very good money that way. All right, so there's different other ways to make money. Not only that, I would suggest for people out there, if you're very concerned, if you are making a living off of this, if you intend to make a living off of this, then what you need to do is not only upload your videos to YouTube, but also upload your videos to maybe 1 or 2 other different places, forums. All right, so that people, first of all, people over there can get an awareness of you, but also if YouTube is to ban you, which they are known to do, for whatever reason, you'll never see it coming, but they might ban you and delete your channel. You'll have a whole different other channel to jump onto, and people will know where to find you. You know what I'm saying? You do have to set up a security for yourself, because what I'm warning you right now is YouTube will take every opportunity to take money out of your pocket, and they have been proving that for a long time. The name of this channel is The End of YouTube. You're watching it slowly burn down, unfortunately, because YouTube keeps messing with people's money. and it's unaffordable. People inevitably will jump off this sinking ship. All right. And they'll go somewhere else where they'll be able to pay bills, and they'll be able to do it with the greatest of ease. We don't even need YouTube. All right. So like I said, I wish y'all the best of fortune out there. The thing is, if you do what I suggested, put 3, 4, 5 hours a day, every day into it, you are absolutely guaranteed success. If you make it extremely accessible for people to give you money, you are going to start receiving money. All right, don't wait on YouTube, because YouTube will let you never make money ever. They do not care. All right, it's January the 10th, 2018. I'll holler at y'all later.